no, you're beautiful. Oh, no, you're a hellish abomination. So, what are you doing after this? Mistwalkers. Oh. Is it, Friday already? Have you come for a story? I know just the one. After all, our heroes attended a wedding. Beautiful, shining pearl of joy in the deep and the dark of Ravenloft. And after that wedding, Elliot went to change. Who would have guessed there was a jealous monster living under that perfect skin? Well, maybe me. Constantina received all of the information for her new mission to dispatch a necromancer to the north, Meredoth, and hopefully lift the curse of the restless spirits aboard that ship of horror, the Endurance. Oh, goodness. I certainly hope everything goes as planned. Well, Shri was able to tap into the mystical powers of the rest of the Mistwalkers' little toys. A dagger that blows in the presence of love. And another one meant to smite anyone who keeps souls from death's army. It's fascinating, don't you think? They arrive on the icy shores of Toadstein, greeted by the bloated body of the young Charlotte Stern, who, if you remember Mistwalkers, Enon himself was looking for not a few days ago. I guess we found her. What else do you think they'll find in that mausoleum, in that great mansion, the headquarters of the Syndicate of Enlightened Citizens, and perhaps the new home of Dr. Victor Mordenheim? I can't wait to find out.
Hello, Mistwalkers. We're back.
Good evening, Mistwalkers. Welcome to Tales from the Mists, a spooky campaign set in the domains of dread. With me tonight are 6 adventurers. Why don't we go down the line and introduce ourselves, starting with Ms. Lisa.
I'm Lisa Penrose, and I'm scared. I'm also playing your heart of the party, Mercy Albrecht, the tiefling storm sorceress.
Kayla.
Hi, I'm Kayla, and I play Vasily, and I'm also scared and sad. I'm sure it'll be great.
It's just how I like you. Ashley.
I'm Ashley Warren, and I play the viscera of the party, I think is what we decided on. The stomach or something like that.
I like that.
The viscera.
I like that.
I think it kind of fits because Constantina goes with her gut. Constantina Avshalomov, the Vistana bard / werejackal, who's also scared.
Hadil.
I am Steel. I play Vargas. I wasn't here last week, and I'm not scared because I got these pretzels, so I was just gonna eat my feelings.
That seems reasonable. Ms. Goldie.
Everyone, I'm Goldie Chan. I play Lady Elliot North, the irritating glitter of the party, and 0% scared because we gon' peel some. I mean, we gonna make out with some beautiful people today.
Yeah. Play Lady Elliot, the finely defined cat eye of the group. And Ms. Lindy.
Hi, I'm Lindy, and I'm going to be playing Shri Saral, Madam Shri Saral, because she's a lady, and also a shadow sorceress, and, she's just dying to talk to Vargas.
Why?
A weird way to put it, but I will accept that. That's fine.
Okay.
This
Be
is
the only one. It's fine.
Yeah, it seems like every finale, this isn't the finale, but leading up is like just people that are just, they want to spend so much time with you. And I don't know what, that's so weird. Anyway, this is not a typical campaign. We have a rotating cast, which means we have 4 anchor members. That's Lisa, Kayla, Ashley, and Hadil. And we have 2 rotating cast members. That is Ms. Goldie and Ms. Lindy. Unlike previous arcs, our rotating members are usually around for 4 episodes, but for this one, this is their final episode, which means I have to do my best and eventually fail because they are too charming to destroy them. Our showrunner has our announcements.
I do. As always, for those who are watching live, we are doing a giveaway. To enter the giveaway this week, the code is !legacy. And we have some cool swag. We're giving away some Mistwalkers survival kits that have really lovely postcards you can send to your loved ones you will never see again while you're lost in the mist. Those were designed by Kayla. Also, some Matchbook Menagerie mash books you can use to summon the revolution. Your mileage may vary. We have a gauntlet with Mercy's red lightning bolt, as well as some D6 dicey boys that are all swirly and look like mists. We are also giving away a dice tower I meant to set up and show on camera, but forgot. But it's a really cool Master Monk dice tower. There is a dice tower tray and box that all break down and fit into like a neat little package, and then can be reassembled with magnets. And it is the one that I used at D&D Live. I believe there is red Podok wood for the tower. That's for the box. And then the tower is really cool. It's called like Goblin Poplar, which is a type of wood that's actually like diseased and turns it like all different colors. And usually I'm turning into like a nerd. Is it
made from goblins?
Okay, yes. Let's just make this simpler. It's made from goblins. So enter the giveaway !legacy to win one of those awesome goodies. And our moderator, Jack's Not Funny, is running the giveaway today. My other announcement is that if you are going to Gamehole Con next week in Madison, Wisconsin, the Mistwalkers will be there. Our finale will be on Halloween. If you are there, you can join and watch us live in studio, or it will be streamed on D&D Beyond and hosted on the D&D channel. We're also all doing a number of panels and games throughout the weekend. I think TK and my games are I think the seats are sold out. I think Kayla might have a few slots left in her panels where she is illustrating people's characters for them. I think Ashley, they gave a big room, so she might still have some seats left in her workshops and Q&A panel. Okay, yes, she's nodding. So look those up, add us to the schedule if you have not already. And if you can't be there in person, watch our game on Thursday. We'd love the support because our characters probably won't be speaking to each other. So it'll be really awkward and uncomfortable, and we need you there. Please help. Save us. I'm trying to keep talking so I can delay the inevitable and not pass this back to TK. But
that sounds great. Let's keep talking, Lisa.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I probably should. I cautiously, tentatively, reluctantly hand it back to TK.
Thank you, Lisa. I'm really excited about Gamehole because I kind of want to sneak into one of Hadil's and just play the kids game. So I'm like, oh, I should play a kids game with Hadil. That'd be fun.
You're gonna like walk in on your knees with like sneakers where your knees should be, and like a little ball cap or like a propeller cap.
Propeller beanie. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. No, I'll walk in like with a skateboard under my eyes. Like, hey, fellow kids.
Hello, fellow kids.
I'm here to play Dungeons and Dragons.
I mean, all you have to do is tell me the definition of yeet, and then you can be in my game. I
will not do that.
Okay. So you can't be in the game?
You can keep the dumpster tricycle.
Okay.
Yes. I did it. No, don't mute yourself, Hadil, because we're about to talk to you.
I can't because I have to get these pretzels down here.
That's okay. I'll talk for a minute and then you can reply to me. Because the last time we saw you, you were in the kitchen speaking with Pietro. Now, Pietro sauntered out and you had a tantrum and threw, I think, 4 sets of pans.
I eldritch blasted several
pans. That you got off Magic Amazon. And then you asked Claudia something. What did you and Claudia talk about?
I told Claudia that I want her to keep a close eye on this fellow.
Since we weren't able to see him out in the crowd, he must have turned into somebody else. So I've had Claudia looking around for people who seem particularly interested in Constantina and Mercy, and who we haven't seen before. People that look like they don't belong there.
Okay. And Claudia smiles at you and she nods. And this is the Vargas that I like. And she slips out of the teacup and into the crowd herself. Vargas, do you return to the party, to the wedding?
No. I go back up to my room with my stuff and I look for my sending stones.
You find them in your things, and you also find Nicodemus moping on a bed.
I ask him first if he touched my stuff.
No, of course I don't have any interest in your things.
What are you doing up here? Why aren't you enjoying the party with Mother Dearest?
Mother won't let me go.
Oh, why not?
She thinks I'm strange. She's ashamed of me. He like peeks out a little surreptitiously and then shuts his eyes real tight again.
Oh, that is... Well, the apple doesn't have full far, I suppose. How about this, my sweet boy? Why don't you... I know Mother said you couldn't, and I know that you are quite loyal to Mother, but I think you should be able to have just a little bit of fun, you know? What if you just went down, enjoyed a little bit of dancing? I know they have candy down there. I was just down there.
Sweets?
I know that you like sweets. I think you should go and get yourself some sweets. At the very least, everybody should be able to celebrate just a little bit, you know?
Nicodemus stands up, and for a moment you think perhaps he seems taller, ganglier, longer-legged. He bends underneath the doorway and starts to stalk down the stairs, down towards the party. And you are in the room alone.
Okay, I close the door. And because Nicodemus seems a little bit different, since Claudia is my familiar, am I able to speak with her like telepathically.
Is that I wonder, because we have never determined that. I think yes, within maybe 30 feet. So if she is near the stairs, she should be able to hear you because she can sense you. Okay. She can usually find you.
Part of me says, even if it's against my favor, no, because I've never been able to do it before.
Yeah.
Or maybe she just doesn't listen. But I think if Claudia has encountered Nicodemus before, she'll know that this particular, like, Nicodemus seems different. So hopefully she will keep an eye. But I will see.
I will say, since you just leveled up and everybody has been getting like small things that they've never been able to do before, I will allow this as a thing that you can now do as a more powerful warlock, since you just leveled up, something a little narrative flavor.
Okay. I will see if I can't reach into my mind and tell Claudia, if she's listening and doing what she's been told, to look out for Vasily's more interesting abomination.
You hear Claudia sort of giggle back. Oh, so many people at this party. I will try to keep an eye on him.
Yes. Don't keep your hands out of people's pockets. And I know how you are. Don't telepath at me in that tone. And then I will grab my sending stones, and then I will try really hard to guard my mind and see if I can't reach Faran.
You dial into these sending stones, and it takes a moment, but you do hear Faran on the other end, and he sounds a little impatient. Vargas, my boy, is something the matter?
Well, you tell me. Who's the friend you sent to keep an eye on me?
Oh, our agent. She's there to procure the box and to return an item to you.
This one was a young gentleman. Looked Vistani, golden eyes.
I'm afraid I'm unfamiliar. Was there a name or just vague details?
No, they wouldn't tell me who they are. So this person, perhaps, I imagine maybe they could change appearance. Maybe I'm not so special after all. Is there any way I can contact this agent? So we're all on the same page.
There's a moment of silence. And then clears his throat. Vargas, she should be already in contact with you. Did you say golden eyes?
Yes, golden eyes.
How interesting. Is there anything else?
No, that's it for now. Is there anything you need from me? We don't get to talk that often.
Only the box.
Still working on it. I will update you in 2 days.
I do not enjoy being disappointed.
I know. I won't disappoint you.
See that you do not.
Before I hang up, because I want to be the one that hangs up, is there a way I can insight check him through the stones? The pause. I want to see what that's about. Do I think he's lying? Do I think...
This would be a very difficult insight check because you have only his words to go on, but because sending stones are specifically geared to tap into the mind, you may be able to pick up a surface thought.
Can I try and pick up a surface thought?
Roll me insight, but you will do so at disadvantage because you have no body language or anything to go through.
All right. A 3. Nothing.
Perhaps he lost his train of thought.
Maybe. Perhaps I'm distracted. Well, I'll say I will talk to him in 3 days, and then I will end the call.
All right. You think for a moment he's about to say something. There's not an intake of breath, but another sort of pregnant pause, and then you end the call.
I will put my sending stones. Is there a way, like when we have these, to know if anybody was reading my thoughts at the time? Like, did I feel anybody try to intercept that call?
You can do an Arcana check.
I don't know why I keep putting these things away.
Basically to determine whether or not these sending stones are secure.
13?
13, you've never heard of anyone doing it, but somebody with significant psionic power may be able to, like the Krakaleth that you ran into while underwater. But it's not something that you've ever heard of as being common. Possible.
Okay. I will put my sending stones back in my bag, and then... Let's see. What I want to do next. I want to disguise myself before going back to the party.
Who would you like to disguise yourself as?
And I get to use my magical item for this, right? Like I don't have to.
Yeah, you can use you have disguise self at will, don't you, as a warlock?
Yes.
Yeah.
I will disguise myself as if there was like some like very generic like Vistana person at this this wedding. Like it's like that situation of like copy my homework but make sure you change some of the answers type of thing, like maybe different dress or something.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay, I will be.
You saw a rather pretty Vistana woman named Arabella earlier today.
Okay, I will disguise myself in the manner of her, but something just slightly different. Like maybe change the hair or something.
Okay. Yeah. You do. And do you return to the party?
Yeah. I make sure that there's nobody like walking up and down. Even the police know I'm lying all the time.
They're coming for you.
Get me. I will make sure that I don't hear anybody like walking up and down the hall. And then do I hear anybody?
No, everybody seems to be at this wedding.
Party. Okay, I will then return to the wedding.
Now, as you go downstairs, go ahead.
I think if I was going to disguise myself, I want to disguise myself as somebody where we wouldn't have the mercy problem. I will disguise myself. I will say that my typical like woman's disguise is Claudia. I will disguise myself.
Yeah, that makes sense. So you disguise yourself as Claudia, and I'm going to have a very interesting roll not too long. As you start to go down the stairs, you do hear giggling as Lady Elliot and Mercy brush past you. Now, when you had left, Vasily was asleep on the bed, but they brushed past you and they're on their way to the wedding as well. Mercy, I want you to do me a real big favor.
Okay.
I would like for you to roll an insight check as you pass this Vistana on the stairs now. I've played a little bit with time, so this is after Vasily and all of you have gone down. You're all holding lanterns about to start this ceremony.
Okay.
But you are the only person who has seen Claudia in your
Yeah.
party.
Wait, is Claudia Vistana?
Claudia is Vargas?
I'm just waiting for all these geese to. Why is it so loud outside?
I think we decided Claudia was of partial Vistana descent.
Probably that would have. We did decide that specifically because she has been able to like go to different domains to go to parties. But if she was Vistana, she would be like from a she's very wealthy. So
yeah, she's like 1/16 Cherokee.
Yeah, essentially, she's the Elizabeth Warren of Ravenloft.
Oh my god. Anyway, my new pretty dice rolled. But I'm holding it up wrong. But anyway, they're cute, and I rolled well and got a 19, even though I held up a 1 by accident.
I know. I was like, that's a 1.
I'm sorry for cursing everybody's dice by making you look at that.
Sorry. It is in the midst of the captain's sonnet that he is clumsily reciting to his new husband that you, out of the corner of your eye, see Claudia, the ghost woman that accompanies Vargas, brush through the crowd, and then she is gone.
Oh. I mean, I'm used to seeing ghosts, so I actually don't know if I would be very suspicious. I'd just be like, oh, she's coming to see parties. That's so nice.
The difference between this is that you can tell this person is alive. There's something about ghosts where you understand to a degree what they are. You've had this gift your whole life.
Okay,
this one is a living person.
So I would
a 19 will give you that.
Yeah, so I would probably be shocked, but we already know what happened last night. So I'm gonna say Mercy is shocked, but then maybe this is the time when Lady Elliot comes back and asks Mercy to dance, and then she just immediately forgets or puts it aside in her mind.
Yes. Vargas, as not Arabella, as Claudia, you did notice Lady Elliot corner this very beautiful Vistani Arabella, and they wandered down the hallway. I rolled for you last week, and both you and Nicodemus, who has been lurking in the doorways, decided it was nothing to pursue. Take that information as you will. Let's go ahead and do
weird things at parties.
People do all sorts of strange things at parties. So, was there anything else you wanted to do as Claudia?
No, I'll hang out on the outskirts of the party. Occasionally, like, drink a glass of wine or something to make it look like I'm too busy to talk to anybody.
I would like you to give me one more perception check, and then we will move on.
Okay. You said perception? That is going to be a 17.
A 17 is enough to see somebody in a dark cloak. It was strange. They seemed as though they did not belong, but there was something in your mind that told you not to pay attention to them, starting up the stairs. And then just like that, it's gone.
Okay. And I don't recognize the person, just that they're in a dark cloak.
Just a person in a dark cloak and mask.
A mask? Is everybody else wearing masks?
No. Well, breathing implements, but...
Is this like a masquerade mask?
Specifically, yes. This is specifically done to obscure their features.
Well, my dumbass gonna follow them now, TK. Come on.
Okay.
I'm going up the damn stairs. Rip me.
Vargas is technically alive in canon, so I can't kill you right now. Oh, I couldn't impersonate you. Oh, that would be such a good idea. Anyway, you start up the stairs after this person in this dark cloak and this mask, and you see them wait outside of Ingrid's room. And there's a careful, quiet rapping of their knuckles against the wood door. Do you watch? Are you stealthy? How are you?
Yeah, no, I'm trying to be stealthy. I don't want them to catch me, but I want to, like, I'm not minding my business, so I'm trying to be stealthy as possible.
All right, go ahead and roll me stealth.
Okay. 17.
I got a 19 on the die, so if they notice you, they don't say anything.
Okay.
But this door to Ingrid's room creaks open, and you see this person stride into the room and then close it, and for a moment you think maybe their eyes, green as summer leaves, catch yours. And they give you a small wink, and they close the door. This is a woman you have seen before.
Okay.
In the mirror in Ingrid's room.
Oh, okay. That's right. I cast invisibility on myself. Should have done that first. I don't know what the hell I was thinking.
I don't know what you're thinking either. Is
cast...
invisibility concentration?
Thank
you, Lisa. I appreciate that.
I think it is. So I would be willing to
give up my guise of being Claudia to be invisible.
Okay. So, do you go closer?
Yes, and I will be very careful. I'm assuming, like, I've walked this hallway before. I know if it's going to be creaky, I will do my best to walk very carefully.
Go ahead and roll me stealth. I will not tell you what they got for perception.
Yeah, 19. This is a good die. Thank you for picking this out for me. This is my only son.
You approach the door, and you can hear sort of these muffled whispers, this, well, I did the best that I could. I did the very best that I could. And then a different voice say, Ingrid, I understand that you did the best that you could, and all I'm doing is informing you that your services are no longer required.
I continue to listen. Some good shit. This is the good shit right here.
You hear, as you get closer to the door, you sort of press your ear, you can hear the tear of fabric, and then a thud.
Well.
And then nothing. And the door swings open.
Okay.
And this figure with the black mask and a black cloak with daggers strapped across the waist and across the chest, green eyes and a red curl in the forehead, stares into the open hallway because she cannot see you. You stand face to face with the she-wolf, and over her shoulder is Ingrid's body on the floor.
Let me think for a second.
She glances up the hallway. She glances down the hallway.
I do nothing and I let her pass.
She pulls that door closed behind her. and you can hear her steps on the wood. And she pauses just outside of your room, looks the door up and down, and keeps walking down the stairs, back into a party that does not notice her.
I wait till she's gone. I go into Ingrid's room and I close the door very quietly behind me.
Okay.
I check to see if Ingrid is dead.
Give me a medicine check. You roll her onto her back. Her glassy eyes stare up at the ceiling, unseeing.
I got a 17.
She is not dead.
Damn it. I was going to speak with dead, but I guess if you're going to be alive. That's not convenient. How bad, like, is she close to death?
No, it seems, although her dress is torn and she's definitely hit the floor hard, she seems trance-like.
Okay. Well, is there any threat of her dying?
Not that you can tell.
Okay, I will put her back onto her bed and like tuck her in, and then I will leave the room. Or before I leave the room, is there anything that I know doesn't belong to Ingrid? Because I did go through her stuff.
In the room?
Yeah.
Oh, give me an investigation.
It's Detective Vargas. Investigation 14.
With a 14, everything looks like Ingrid's.
Okay.
Nothing seems out of place.
Okay, well, I will...
There is something missing.
Besides the box that I stole.
No, this is a jeweled hand mirror that you saw whenever you put bugs and vermin in her room.
Vermin. They were perfectly nice bugs. Okay.
That mirror is gone.
Yeah, I assume the mirror was probably the way of like their contact, like their sending stones, so I will just leave it alone for now and go back to the party.
Okay. As you close the door behind you and you start down the steps, are you Vargas again?
I am, but I'm still invisible.
Okay, you're still invisible. Yeah. As you go down to the party, you pass somebody dressed in the typical serving attire that you've seen a few times in this inn. She has some cleaning supplies and some sheets to turn down a bed.
I think I will just hang out on the edges of the party and just watch people for a little while.
Okay. This is where we'll conclude the wedding. Now, Vargas, you have sailed in this rowboat and reached these icy shores of Toadstein. Now, icy shores is an interesting way of putting it because, as we said last week, the snow here is very filmy, greasy. And as you go through this deserted village, all of you, and through this large gaping door that leads into this mausoleum mansion housing the Syndicate for Enlightened Citizens, you see that this snow does not melt as you step inside. It's warm in here. It is warm in here, and you are greeted with long, white, always blinding, icy pale, brightly lit with streaks of these blue lights that stretch along vaulted ceilings. There are no shadows here. It is clean cold, clinical.
At least the atmosphere is nice. Very clean. This is fine.
Used to be a sanitary necromancer, at least.
Every step you take echoes on these walls. It's just a vast expanse, reverberating every sound, every word.
Oh, I should not have worn these high-heeled boots. This was a bad choice, guys. I'm sorry.
That's a little impractical. I mean, you did know that we were going to be doing this, right?
But one must be elegant while they do this. And every single step Lady Elliot takes, it kind of reverberates this really loud click, click, click noise down the hallway.
The sound that reverberates, it does so in a way that envelops you. It's like you can feel the vibrations on your skin. It raises the hairs on your arms and the backs of your neck.
We're being led by a little flesh golem, right?
You are.
Mercy's going to echoey click-clack up next to the little flesh golem. And she's just going to try to like lean down as they walk through the hallways and be like, "Hello, what is your name? Do you have a name? Do you have a soul?" I'm going to poke her.
When you poke her, your hands go into her cheek like wax. When you pull your finger away, there's still a slight indentation in the flesh.
Oh, I'm sorry. I like reach out to try to fix it, and then I'm like, maybe I shouldn't.
She does not seem to acknowledge it. She merely looks straight ahead. You can see that her small hand is enveloped in Lady Elliot's. And you see what looks like a brand on her wrist.
A brand? What does the brand look like?
It is the same skull wreathed in flames. The same sign for the syndicate for enlightened citizens.
I'm gonna click-clack quickly over to Constantina. Constantina, I feel like we talked about Dark Lords and killing Dark Lords, and I know that I told you I would never, but I feel like something is going to happen and all of my secrets are going to just come tumbling down, and I would rather just tell you that I lied. I have traveled the Mist before. I have been to La Mortia before, and I faced a Dark Lord. He was a doctor named Victor Mordenheim, and Vasily is the only one who knows that, well, a number of things happened, and one thing led to another, and I murdered him by accident, maybe a little bit on purpose. I set his house on fire, and he was in it.
That's so good, because that means that we could, I mean, I don't know how to kill a Dark Lord, and they really want to do well on this mission, so that's good you know how to do that then.
I am so glad that you are understanding. Thank you. But also, I have this feeling that he is here. This creature seems to be of his making. I mean, ask Vasily. I've told Vasily all about it. Vasily?
Vasily?
Remember I told you about the flesh golems? And you said, "Oh, I have never seen one before." And you made me tell you all about it.
Vasily's like way in the back, and she's actually been like quietly trying to convince Vargas to leave with her. She's like, "But we could leave though. We don't have to be here. We don't have to do this. You know, the two of us, we could leave. We could take Mercy and Constantine and we could leave. We can make them leave." And she's just like been begging with Vargas to like help her get everybody out of there, and she gets interrupted, and she's just like, "Yep,
Hey, come here. What is Vasily's expression right now? Like, do you look frightened to us, or like?
Yes, I don't think she could turn that off. So yes, she very wide-eyed and kind of crazy.
Hey, it's okay. Come here. And I like reach out my hand, like assuming that she's frightened. Hey, look, it's
her in the butt.
What?
Her in the butt towards Constantina. Every time she's tried to like leave, I just like
shepherd her back like a wandering kitten. I'm like, no. I've read Vasily's journal, so like I've read it a lot.
Oh God, you know what's up, don't you?
I know what's up. So I'm like, no.
It's okay, Vasily. I told Constantina the truth. There are no more secrets among us.
Yeah, it's going to be okay. I mean, if this is too scary, like, you don't have to do anything you don't want to do. I mean, I could really use your help, but
then we can all leave.
We can't leave. I have to do this.
Vasily, we can't. If Mordenheim is still here, I mean, Constantina has her mission, and we have to vanquish him. He is evil. He's a terrible man. I've told you all about him.
I know, but we don't have to do this. We could go and we could never think. We could leave and say we did this.
Hey,
and no one would know the difference because they don't come here. Who comes here? Who's ever going to come here? This is the worst. We could just leave and tell them we did it.
But just like, okay, go ahead.
My arms on Vasily's.
I could pay each of you like 100 gold if we
Where
just
are you getting
left.
so much
She
gold?
doesn't have any money. I am holding all of the money. She doesn't have any of it. She can't
give you any money.
Vasily like pats her pockets to see if she has all of her money. Do I have all of my money or did Vargas take it?
You know what? You were asleep for hours. I'm gonna say Vargas took it. Mercy piled up all of your money in absolutely like even rows underneath the bed.
I like rolled them into like the little coin papers.
Coin papers. And she neatly labeled exactly how much money it was.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Put a little post-it. Vasily's money, please do not touch.
And immediately like Vargas comes in and takes all of it.
Vargas is the yogurt stealer of Ravenloft.
Hamburglar.
Now, Shri.
Yes.
You wanted a moment alone with Vargas, didn't you?
did.
We're gonna wait because I think Hidil's having a conversation. But I will say, as you all are talking, you can hear every once in a while the creak and then slam of doors opening and closing. Though this hallway is long, slim, plain, and smooth-walled. There are no doors. It's just a hall, just a tunnel.
Forever?
Vargas would like to note how ugly this building is and whispers to Vasily. He's being catty, but I think part of him wants her to feel a little bit better of like, who designed this? It's hideous in here. If you're going to be a Dark Lord, spend a little money on your presentation is everything, you know?
Very uncomfortable.
So true.
Get terrible scores on interior design challenge.
But as Shri sees that Mercy, Constantina, and Vasily have moved up and are having a conversation, she's gonna go to the back where Vargas is hanging out and be like, "So hi, we met briefly yesterday."
Did we?
We did. I'm Madam Shri Cyril.
That's right. Love what they've done with the place, am I right?
Oh, no, they could have done so much better.
They could have done better.
They could have, but I was hoping to be a bit more cordial about this entire process, but it seems that time is just flying, and I could locate you after you had that conversation in the kitchens yesterday. But never mind, we have a mutual friend.
Okay. Does the friend have a mustache?
No.
Okay. Dead or alive, but it's a fun game.
Dead or alive?
Oh, well, that would be telling, wouldn't it? Our mutual friend's name is Fearon.
That's funny you mentioned that. We were just talking about you
Oh,
I was talking
good.
about you.
Yeah, so you have the box then.
I will.
And the contents within? Constantina was telling me there was complications with a phylactery, and Vasily was involved.
Vasily, I mean, look at her. She is a mess, right? Am I right? Have you seen anybody more of a mess? Have you met her children? They are
charming and delightful. I adore them.
I do like Nicodemus. He is my favorite because he hasn't tried to kill me and he promised to name a ship after me. But so the box itself, unfortunately, destroyed. But the contents of the box completely safe. And if perhaps you and I could find some time to speak alone, because
she'll cast message.
Ah, yes. So the contents of the box. Vasily is holding it for me. Doesn't know what it is. But I felt if somebody found it, she would have absolutely no idea. She's a complete idiot. So, best to plant it on her person. It's probably in her bag somewhere, and I know that her bag has just been organized, so it should take no time for us to find it. But do we need another box? Because the box was destroyed.
The box is not the important part. It's the contents within. Yes, very important. And I know the person that you spoke to, whoever they were in the kitchen, threatened you. I assure you that Firan is much more. You should listen to him. He's a much better ally to have.
Absolutely.
And I'd like to insight check Vargas.
Do you happen to know?
Someone has told me that they spout nothing but lies and are a terrible person, and the other ones, they're decent.
And if I'm actually going to tell you, you don't really need that insight check because you were there when Constantina told Vincenzia exactly what happened to the phylactery.
Okay.
Which is that one of her companions drank it.
So I could assume that Vasily drank the phylactery. Like, do you mean that she's holding it in her stomach? That's going to be difficult to withdraw, isn't it?
Yes, and I don't know a ton about the human body or the tiefling body.
I don't know much about either.
I don't know if maybe they have like a second stomach that they hold it in, but this is a problem.
Humans and tieflings, do you know if she's had a bowel movement since consuming the phylactery?
I am uncomfortable suddenly because I like to think that ladies don't do that.
Oh, but most human ones do.
Oh.
I mean, I don't.
That is disgusting. This is horrible. And well, I guess, the truth will out.
We could always stick Vasily in a box and bring her to Firan. I'm sure he would know what to do.
Honestly, I bet right now she wouldn't mind. If we bring Vasily to Firan, he's not going to kill her, is she? Because it would put me in a sticky situation, as we like to say in the Underdark.
Yes. Well, I can honestly say that I do not know. I would like to think that killing her, perhaps since she is the current housing for the phylactery, might harm the contents within.
That was my thought exactly.
I'm uncertain.
And he's so
I would need to study her extensively.
Yeah, he's too smart, so I think he would know he could not do that. That would be foolish because then the phylactery would be all over the floor. And then another person might drink it. I don't know. So what?
I mean, unless it's been absorbed in her body, like nutrients.
Maybe. So what should we do?
That is a question. My current thought process is we find a much larger box and stick Vasily in it and send her with me when I return. Honestly, the whole reason I signed on this contract was to retrieve the box from you. Oh, and to deliver this, and I'll out a sword.
Oh, Is this the one I yeeted into the forest?
This is the one that you yeeted into the forest.
My son, my baby is back. Okay, I will.
Mom wanted you to have this.
Oh, of course she did. It's probably cursed now. It was cursed before. All right, I will tie it. Or no, it's a cane, so I will hold it in my hand and be like, Lady Cherie, I think
Family heirlooms are very important.
you look like the type who would like good antiquing.
As you take this family heirloom into your hands, it feels different.
Oh boy.
You have a sense holding it that with your otherworldly powers that you have gained, this is somehow tied to that. And you don't know if being with Shri was enough to unlock the power in the way that she tapped into the magical abilities of Mercy's dagger, Vasily's dagger, and Constantina's violin. But you know if you ever need this sword, you can summon it out of thin air if need be. All right. Essentially, from DM to Hadil, this is your packed weapon.
Okay. Well, now I'm going to make it a lot cooler in my brain. Like it's made of like, when I summon it, it's either like ghostly smoke that materializes into a sword. I will say to Lady Shri, let's complete the task at hand, and then you and I will talk about this bigger box. I think it's in our best interest. Quick question though, before we end this particular private conversation. Did you know the man who talked to me in the kitchen?
Oh, if only.
Okay. Well,
he seemed vaguely threatening.
Vaguely. I do also know if I will be charged for the cookware that I blasted offhand.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
It'll be fine. They have ways of working themselves out. We'll talk about this box, and then I will.
Yes, I would advise we not return to the matchbook menagerie after this.
Probably for the best. And then I will.
We have a delivery to make.
Yes, we do.
As
like Amazon Prime.
As you reach the end of this hallway, there are two figures that await you and a great curved door underneath a dark wood arch. It's very plain, it's very stark, utilitarian. The two figures are in white uniforms, and like Charlotte, like this child flesh golem that has been leading you through this mausoleum, they have waterlogged, bloated bodies pocked with the plague. There are name tags on their uniforms, on these high-necked, buttoned, plain tunics and cassocks. One, Marietta, the other, Ezekiel. And they motion to the door as one, a single unit with creaking joints and stiff limbs. And say nothing.
Is my dagger glowing?
Your dagger is
ringing. Okay.
Your dagger is ringing and has been ringing this entire time. It has been reverberating on the
Answer
walls.
the phone.
Vasily, Nicodemus's long fingers curl around your shoulder for a moment, and he squeezes hard. He's taller, somehow, bigger, more grown, and he has to hunch under these vaulted ceilings to walk beside you.
Vasily like puts her hand on his hand briefly and just doesn't say anything. But she looks very sad.
What would you all like to do?
Mercy kind of wants to draw a circle around these bloaty undead people, but also feels like maybe now's not the time. So she's just standing there feeling very conflicted. Also, she's probably trying to hold Constantina's hand really hard because Vasily's acting weird.
As the group of you have stopped, so too does all the sound in this building stop, with nothing to echo off the walls. It's just silence.
I would like to cast message on Mercy. We can do this. You did it once before.
But he's back. Why is he back? I mean, I think he's back. It was his handwriting, and Vasily seems scared, and I've never seen her like this.
Yeah, we've been through some scary situations, and I've never seen her like this before. But she wasn't with you when you killed him the first time?
No, I met Vasily in Darkon, and I went to La Mortia during the summer, and when I came back, I told her all about it.
I mean, why... Do you think she's really that scared?
I don't know. I guess maybe most of the time we are fighting something that she made that is trying to kill me. So maybe this time it is different, and so she is actually scared. I don't know.
Well, I think that we are stronger together, so we can do this. Did you do it alone last time? Was it just you?
No, I was with others. Other adventurers.
Well, I guess all we can do is try our best. He seems to be a bad person, and the menagerie wants him dead, so we can do it.
I'm going to squeeze Constantina's hand 3 times. Thank you for making me feel strong. I guess for everyone else, we're just like gazing into each other's eyes in the doorway.
Yeah, how do you feel about that, Lady Elliot?
Can Lady Elliot take this time actually to send a message to Constantina?
Double message.
He's like, sorry, I have another call. Could I?
She's going to send a very cute message. Let's just do that first. She's sending a very cute message to Mercy saying, "Even when you're scared, darling, you look amazing." That's the message she sends to Mercy, and then she turns to Constantina and she sends a message and says, "Does the name Eva ring a bell, my dear?"
No. Should it?
Should it?
I mean, you asked me the question first. Should it? Does this have to do with your contract with the menagerie?
I wouldn't worry too much about that, darling. I wouldn't worry about too much anymore.
I'm gonna message Mercy again. Don't trust Lady Elliot. She has another agenda. I know you like her, but please, do you trust me?
She said I was pretty, though.
Look, you can make your own decisions, but I'm just asking you as my friend to be on guard around her.
I trust you.
I love
feel.
our goth dating sim.
Everyone's just staring lovingly into each other's eyes. Is all
I know, yes.
That's what we do. We just
Mercy.
I love this.
We're just like, as we
Yeah,
message
the
each
golems
other.
are also staring, so it's just like
Everyone's just staring
quietly at each other.
Mercy will message Constantina. Fine, I will be on my guard. I trust you. And then she's just going to smile and like nod, like we've got this. And she's going to turn and stab her athame into the ground and try to carve little circles around the golem guards. Or were they golems? You said they were like bloated. I thought they were undead. Golems are different.
they are golems made from the waterlogged bodies.
Oh, so
of
they've got
these
stitches
people.
and stuff?
Yes.
Oh, I'm not going to bother doing that then.
Yeah, they're waterlogged. Charlotte Stern, for example, you know her body was tossed overboard. I think that you can safely assume that Marietta and Ezekiel were both tossed overboard as well. Some of the plague carriers from the Endurance.
Okay.
So,
I'm going to step into the room.
Yeah. I'd like to take out my sickle, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay. Hands on these ornate brass knobs, pushing these doors open on well-oiled hinges. You see this long stone table, gray as a gravestone, with a few seats and a man in a high-collared suit. And he has a small steel cup. He looks down at a brass pocket watch in his hand, up at you, sort of furrows his brow like a disappointed teacher. You're late, and shuts that pocket watch with an audible click that echoes through this empty room.
I would like to Vasily, so only she can make a jerking off motion.
Vasily doesn't laugh. Vasily's like wide-eyed, staring into the middle distance, like wringing her hands together.
Behind him is a large furnace. You realize the snowflakes still have not melted. Instead, what coats your shoulders and your hair are flakes of gray ash.
The wind starts picking up around Mercy, just kind of like swirling around her in a radius, and her hair goes a little bit wild, and the wind kind of blows the ash away from her. She starts to crackle with little bits of lightning. It almost looks more like static electricity, little red sparks all along her. How did you survive?
He sets this pocket watch on the table. And he doesn't even look at you, Mercy. He doesn't even acknowledge your existence. None of you in this room matter, except Lady Elliot. I was promised shipment a day ago.
I'm sorry. It's just quite difficult to figure out. And I have an idea. I have a very good idea that I'd love to share with you right now. Out of this band of, as you can see, misfits.
Please continue.
I do believe my best guess, honestly, is, and then Lady Elliot walks over to Constantina, puts her hand behind her back and kind of gives her a little shove forward, and is like, honestly, my best guess is this little pie. I think that she's truly the only one who could potentially. Oh. Well, I am sorry, my dear. This has been a lot tougher than you think. I mean, look at me traveling with them. It has been an awful mess. So if it's not her, then, I mean, that one isn't even human. That one isn't human. Which one would it be?
He stands, splays these long-fingered hands on the top of the table, gets up, and there's a groan of old joints. But when he stands, it's with stiff shoulders, a sure back. This man is a man who is used to being in charge. Ava, come in, bring my grandson.
Vasily groans really loudly, and she grabs Nicodemus's hand and she says, "Yes, Father," and walks across the room with Nicodemus. She just looks at the ground. She won't look at anybody.
I expected him to look different, I guess.
Oh.
Oh, I was so wrong. How disappointing.
I don't understand what is happening.
I will message Constantina and say, I was really hoping it wouldn't come to this, but I overheard Vincentia telling Lady Elliot to make sure you did not reach the mainland.
I feel like Lady Elliot, like her hands were just pushing me a second ago, and I would like to turn around and stab her with my sickle. I knew I couldn't trust you, and I would like to attempt to shank her.
I would like to attempt to avoid being shanked.
Both of you roll me a d20 super quick so I can do a nice little initiative to see who acts first.
19.
Yep.
Okay. Is that with your initiative bonus?
Oh, sorry. With my initiative.
Yeah.
With my...
It'll be at the top.
Yes.
She beats my butt a lot already.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
All right. So, Lady Elliot, go ahead and roll your... Or you don't have to. Constantina, go ahead and attempt to stab her. But you will do so at disadvantage because she's expecting it.
Oh, well, my disadvantage is still pretty good. That is...
I mean, she's got an AC 9. So.
Yeah, it's definitely higher than that. It's 12 plus... Sorry, I don't use this.
Murder me instantly.
It's 16. My other roll would have been a dirty 20. So yeah, 16 to hit.
All right, roll your damage.
Doing it. Hang on. I'm like, my hands are shaking.
Squished. Feels so squishy right now.
Okay, that is 5 points of damage. It's actually damage.
And you hear him in the background. I won't have this, Ezekiel, and Ezekiel will attempt to grapple Constantina.
Okay.
So 12 plus his strength, so a 16.
Yep. That gets me. Yep.
You feel these meaty arms come around you, much thicker than the body that they should be attached to. And they just cross underneath your rib cage and hold your arms down. The man, Dr. Victor Mordenheim, at the front of the table, waves Lady Elliot over with 2 fingers. Come get your payment, then.
Thank you, my dear. Lady Elliot very classily walks up, grabs the, I'm assuming, beautiful bag of coins. She takes it, and then she looks over to Constantina and just laughs a little bit and sends a message and said, and then she sends another message to Mercy and is like, you are still the cutest little plum.
Mercy isn't listening. The second Vasily responds to Mordenheim and stalks walking forward, the wind that had picked up around her abruptly stops. And she's gonna just kind of like rush forward and like grab Vasily's hand and say, don't go to him. What's happening? I don't understand. Why is he calling you Eva?
Vasily just sets her jaw really tight and shakes Mercy's hands off and continues walking to Mordenheim.
Stop. Mercy's just gonna keep trying to grab your hand and just say, I don't understand. So you're Vasily, you're my friend, you I met you in Darkon, and you've always lived in Darkon. How do you know him?
She still won't say anything. She's just she just keeps shaking you off and keeps walking.
I don't... Constantina, Vasily's confused. Ava is Dr. Mordenheim's daughter. She died. I saw her die as a child with my gravesite. This doesn't make sense. Why is he calling you that? And I just keep trying to follow you, and I'm like trying to push Nicodemus out of the way so that I can get to you.
Yeah, Constantine is like straining against the grapple, like.
Yeah, Dr. Mordenheim makes a motion at Marietta to grab onto your hand, Mercy, and restrain you as well. Would you like to resist the grapple?
Mercy is going to turn abruptly to the golem trying to grapple her. The wind immediately picks up again, and her eyes almost sort of flash with that same red lightning, and she says, "Do not touch me," and I thunderstep.
Okay.
Which also involves like a con save and stuff if she's next to me, but really Mercy wants to appear next to Mordenheim. I will use sorcery points if I need to thunderstep as a bonus action, and then I want to stab Mordenheim with my dagger.
I want to use my inspiration to do something before she does that. I want to cast Shield of Faith on Mordenheim.
You don't have to spend your inspiration to do that. You can do that with your dagger.
Yeah. I mean, I want to do it like quickly, so I just want to I want to like just quickly cast Shield of Faith on him.
Both of you roll me an initiative to see how fast this happens. Whether or not Vasily can notice what is happening.
I got a 19 plus 1, so dirty 20.
I'm trying to figure out how to... Okay, I can't. It was a 20, I swear.
Okay, so a nat 20?
Yeah, a 23.
Vasily, you are a split second too late as Mercy thundersteps out of the hands of this golem, who I will not make roll a con saving throw. They will take everything that the lightning has to give them, which makes her chest heave, and you see her muscles shiver and bulk for a moment, and she begins to stalk forward.
If it matters, because I'm cheating a little bit because I know so much about flesh golems, it was thunder damage.
Oh, thunder damage instead of lightning damage. Yes. I will remember this. Okay. So yes, she does take damage in that case.
Okay.
What does lightning damage? Does anything do lightning damage? I guess lightning bolt doesn't do thunder damage. Anyway, yeah, thunder is more concussive. So she will take that concussive damage instead. And Mercy appears behind Mordenheim. How many? Let's spend one sorcery point to say that you made that a bonus action.
Okay. It is actually,
isn't
like, there's a set.
Like,
it's like one of my, it's like a thing. There is an actual number
yeah,
of sorcery
isn't there
points.
like a quicken spell? Is it 1 or 2?
It is 2. It might be the level of the spell. I haven't used my sorcery points. You can spend 2 sorcery points. Yeah, 2. Bam, bam. I spend 2.
Yeah, because I thought you were doing it as a quicken spell. Yeah. And then she stabs him.
I want to stab him specifically in the neck.
Okay. Please roll me your attack.
Okay. Okay, we're going to roll this one. And I'm stabbing with my special dagger, the Briar. So it is a 18 plus 6, 24.
Yeah, you definitely stab him in the neck. And he doesn't flinch.
Okay.
And a moment later, a radiant bubble goes up around him. And you see Vasily clutching the handle of her dagger, holding it out like some manner of holy symbol in front of her. You know that she is protecting him now.
Vasily, why are you doing this? You know what this man has done. Is it true? Are you his daughter? I don't understand. You're not even human.
She just keeps looking down. She won't say anything.
Did he make you like you made your children? Did he do something to you? Like he... Who is he to you? Vasily! Can I try to break out of my grapple or...
Yeah, you can resist.
I would like to resist.
I wanted to let everybody do like a thing they wanted to do before we came back around. Oh boy. I'm going to say whatever you got probably broke it, but go ahead and tell me.
13.
Yeah, you slip out dexterously.
Oh. Cool. I would like to go. Wait, Mercy, you're like behind Mordenheim?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I won't go that far. I just want to kind of like
to set the scene. This is about a 30-foot long room. Just FYI for everybody.
I would like to cast hold person on Vasily. I'll just do it at level.
I will say, since we're like getting kind of dangerous, slipping out of the arms was an action, and moving was an action.
Vasily, say something.
Vasily continues to not speak to anyone and turns and kind of looks at Nicodemus and says, we need to protect Father, but don't hurt them.
Well, but well, all right, but they did give me sweets, so it just doesn't feel well in my tummy.
It doesn't feel well in my tummy either.
Well, can we go back to the boat after this?
He'll get mad. He'll be cross with us.
Well, I don't want grandfather cross with us.
Then we need to protect him.
Okay. Vargas and Shri, what are you doing before we roll initiative?
Shri's looking at Vargas like...
I'm watching this shit like I'm in the hood, like looking at like, getting evicted downstairs. I'm like, I'm gonna make a TikTok of this later.
Who's the father?
Kind of, she's like, the phylactery is cooperating with the necromancer.
See, I read this all in a diary. I just assumed everybody knew already.
I knew.
So in my defense, at first I did not know it was her diary. I thought it was a very sad handwritten book, but it's very dramatic.
Oh.
All right.
We could always try to convince everyone to just not fight, and then we can all take a fun trip to Darkon.
I like the plan. I do. It's a great plan. It won't work. That Mercy is a pistol. So,
what if Mercy was unconscious?
What if? Indeed.
We could just leave then, and this wouldn't be a problem.
We could just
Unless you think he would like the phylactery to stay. We have to take the phylactery with us.
We must protect the vasophylactery, and otherwise...
The phylactery.
I like the
phylactery.
Yes. I like it. Let's give them a good 5 more minutes and see if they can't work this out themselves. I'm sure somebody will.
The vasophylactery.
Ooh, I like that one.
I like that one, flows better.
Vasophylactery. Vargas will take some candy out of his bag and eat it.
All right.
I'm gonna hold and ready myself to defend Vasily / attack the necromancer.
Yeah, I offer Lady Cherie a piece of licorice.
Oh no, thank you.
Okay, and then I eat it.
I appreciate it though.
All right. Who is entering combat?
I will, just to have an initiative already in there in case I want to jump
I
in
will
and do something.
also.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
Yeah.
Vasily, Nicodemus acts on your turn.
Okay.
Hey, I rolled an 8, by the way.
I rolled a natural 19, so 21.
Vasily or Kayla?
I rolled a 6.
I rolled a 2 + 3, 5.
Okay. Vasily, I am sending you Nicodemus's sheet.
Okay.
So you know what he uses. Who had the highest? I'm sorry.
I think it was like Madame Cherie did.
Madame Cherie.
21.
Go ahead.
I'm going to hold my action to cast. Oh man, that could be really mean right now. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to hold my action to cast Hold Person if I think it's necessary.
Okay. What is the trigger from necessary?
If someone attacks Vasily, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
So specifically to protect Vasily.
Mhm.
All right. Who would you like to popcorn to?
Ooh, let's popcorn over to Constantina.
Oh, just a quick refresher. We do popcorn initiative, which means that whoever had one initiative is going to choose the next person in line. If you do not choose the enemies, they will choose themselves at the beginning of the round, so they have a possibility to go twice. For your information, we have 3 sets of enemies. We have Mordenheim, Flesh Golem. So that's 3 of them. It's Mordenheim, Ezekiel, and Marietta. All right. So who did you popcorn to?
Constantina.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
How close is Mercy to Mordenheim?
Within 5 feet.
So, okay. I wanted to cast something, but I don't want her to get caught in it. Crap. Okay. Well, I will cast Hold Person on Vasily. Or attempt to. I'm gonna use it. Do it at 2nd level. So Vasily, you have to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, I got a 6.
Okay. Well, yeah, you are paralyzed for the duration. So at the end of each of your turn, you can make another Wisdom saving throw to break out of that.
Which means the Shield of Faith goes down.
And as my bonus action, I would like to give Bardic Inspiration to Mercy. She's the only one who seems to feel the same way I do right now about this whole situation. And I will popcorn to Mercy.
Vasily, did you fail your concentration saving throw? Oh, do you take that on your turn?
I failed my Wisdom saving throw.
Okay, we'll do your
Paralyzation
concentration.
automatically breaks concentration.
All right, thank you. So that Shield of Faith is down. All right.
So I imagine that everything's sort of happening simultaneously. So during Constantina's turn, Mercy is like tearing up and looking at Vasily and just being like, why won't you respond to me? Why won't you say something? Were we even friends? What was real? Is this why all of your creations try to kill me? Did he send you to kill me? And as she's saying this, even if Vasily wanted to respond, she's like being paralyzed. She can't answer, just kind of see Mercy getting more and more upset. Mercy like shakes her head and looks at Mordenheim And I would like to take a second just to observe him. Because he didn't react to being stabbed in the neck. Does he look undead? Does he look like he's a golem? What's going on?
You stabbed him in the neck, and he definitely took the blow. You can see that he is damaged, but there's something about him that is inhuman. It does not ring to you as undead, but not alive.
Then Mercy is going to start waving her hands, and her gauntlet starts to grow red hot. The energy of the spell that she is casting throws her backwards up to 10 feet. I know the room is pretty small, so I don't know if I can go that full 10 feet without taking opportunity attacks. And she closes her red hot gauntlet, and when she opens it again, there are 3 bolts of fire that go right for Mordenheim.
Now, these bolts of fire, that there is 10 feet, but you do have to remember that there is a large crematorium behind him.
Okay.
It is not currently on or open.
Okay.
But that is going to stop you from going like too far. You're going to bounce into it and take a little bit of like a 1d4 of force damage from hitting the wall.
Okay. I just want to not be right directly next to him.
Yeah, that's no problem. I just wanted to give you a better layout of the room that I've constructed in my mind.
All right. So just for context, I'm casting Scorching Ray. That is why there are 3 of them.
Okay.
And so I roll 3 ranged spell attacks. The first one's an 18 on the die, so a 25.
Okay.
A 14.
Okay.
And an unnatural 20.
Okay. 2 of those hit.
Okay.
And as they hit, they sizzle against his uniform, and you can see wet divots as they burn their way into his flesh.
I don't like
and
how
he
you
begins
said
to
that.
drip like a human candle.
Okay. All right, so that's 11 fire damage, plus 7, so a total of 18 fire damage.
Okay.
As he melts like a human candle.
Yeah, from the back. Nobody who can see him from the front sees it, and his face, for people who can see him, bears no reflection of what is happening to his body.
Okay, cool.
Almost as though he cannot feel it.
Cool.
And he uses a free action to look at Vasily and say, "This is all rather tiresome, Ava."
Stop calling her that. Stop doing whatever you are doing to my friend. Leave her alone.
Who would you like to popcorn to?
I forgot to use your inspiration, Constantina. Okay. I will popcorn to, I guess Mercy trusts Vargas. So I will popcorn to Vargas.
I pass my turn. I will popcorn to Lady Elliot.
Just imagining Mercy looking at Vargas. Vargas, do something! And Vargas is just like, you're doing great.
Yeah.
You're doing amazing, sweetie. It's just like,
He takes out like one of those really big Victorian cameras where you have to get under it and there's like a thing of powder and he's like,
yeah,
doing amazing, sweetie.
What is happening?
Magnesium all over the ceiling.
Poor Mercy is probably like, what?
Who are you popcorning to, Vargas?
Lady Elliot.
Nice.
Lady Elliot has been actually counting her gold this whole time. This has been happening. She's been like, he did say he would give me a 20% tip, and that is not even included she's annoyed. So she looks over and she sees all this stuff happening. This doesn't really matter to her though, because she got her gold. But you know, she'll be nice. She'll send over just some pretty thoughts over to Mercy without actually doing anything. So that's what she'll do for her turn.
I respond in your message, no, Constantina told me not to trust you, and I saw you betray us in front of us, and so I'm pretty sure that she's right. But thank you.
And then she will ask, she's like, would you like me to do something for you, my little plum?
Yes, he's Mordenheim. I know that he gave you gold, but he's actually a very bad man. And he has my friend confused. She thinks that she is his daughter.
Okay, Lady Elliot, however reluctantly, will, because she is actually charmed by Mercy, despite what everyone thinks, she will attempt to do just a, oh, she's so weak. What can't she do? She'll attempt to do a hold person with Mordenheim.
Okay. Who would you like to?
I don't know how smart this is. Yeah. No, sorry.
Oh, no, I'm sure it'll go great.
I'm sure this will go great. So she's like, all right, my little plum, I will try to hold who you think is a bad man, but he gave me a very large bag of money. I'm sure this will not end badly for either of us.
I mean, how can it?
How can it? I'm just so magical. So I'm going to attempt a hold person. I will say that all right, here we go. I guess. I'm gonna roll an 8.
Okay. And this is this an attack or a saving throw? What is this?
This is going to be just an attack.
Oh, no.
Yeah, of course not. And then she'll message Mercy and say, I tried, darling. And then she's actually gonna go and be like, oh my god, my makeup.
Oh.
And
well.
glamour a little.
Why is no one else upset?
Attempt to glamour.
Shri looks upset if it consoles you any. She's like, oh.
It does. I trust you.
Oh, how does it feel to be at the bottom of the trust totem pole? Under Vargas. All right. Who would you like to popcorn to, Lady Elliot? I believe Vasily is the last person left. So that's and Shri. Oh wait, yeah, and baddies. So if you want to popcorn to Vasily.
Oh goodness, Vasily, Shri, or the baddies. Well, Lady Elliot feels a little naughty, so she's gonna popcorn over to one of the baddies.
Which one would you like to popcorn to? Do you have a preference?
I really like Ezekiel.
Okay, Ezekiel had attempted to grapple Constantina and hold her, and now he stalks toward her with the same speed, though a different sort of stiff-legged gait as a regular person. And he will lash out at her to slam her into the wall or the ground, wherever he can, whatever he can beat her body against. And he's going to go ahead and attempt to do that twice to Constantina. Boop. A boop. All right. So 15. So a dirty 20 and a 16. Constantina, you're going to take 26 bludgeoning damage as he beats these enormous fists against you and tries to pummel you into the ground.
I think that leaves a little weird taste in my mouth and starts to make me feel a little...
And in fact, because he unfortunately started this with fewer than 40 hit points, I need to roll a d6 to see if he goes berserk. He doesn't.
I would like to roll what that damage would have been to the other one, please. Just because now it feels important.
What? I'm sorry.
When I thunderstepped away from not
Oh.
Ezekiel but the other one.
Oh, I'm sorry. No. You thunderstepped Marietta. I
Okay.
don't know why I said Ezekiel started with fewer than 40 hit
Oh,
points.
okay.
That was my bad.
Okay.
That's my bad. And I just took average damage, so.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah. All right.
It just feels important now.
Yeah, Ezekiel will popcorn to Marietta, who Shri and Vargas have not attacked. And so she, in her limited intelligence, does not see them as aggressors. She will also attack Constantina, since she has been given the directive to only protect Vasily.
All right. Bring it on.
All right, so a 10 and a 19.
The 19 hits.
The 19 hits, and you will take 13 more bludgeoning damage. I need to roll a d6 for Marietta. A 1 on the die. She does not go berserk.
Okay.
I will popcorn to Madame Shri.
How is Constantina looking? Just out of curiosity. How pulpy is
Oh God,
Constantina
so
looking?
pulpy.
Okay.
It's pretty.
She's pretty bad.
Pretty bad. Yeah.
Can I message over to Madame Shri?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, not on somebody else's turn. Sorry.
Okay.
I know.
I'll whisper something to you later, darling.
Okay. So there's only the 2 golems though, yes? And Dr. Mordenheim?
2 golems and Dr. Mordenheim. Charlotte has not entered battle, and she won't because she's a child, and that makes me feel gross.
Okay, good to know. Shri has been like, do I stay? First of all, are there any boxes in this room? I feel like that's a very valid question I should be
This
asking.
room is completely empty except for this stone table.
I was really hoping there was a Vasylactory-sized box in here and I could just go. That's fine.
Well, if she's in one piece, is she destroyed?
You just could drag me out of the room right now.
Like, if she's in multiple
true.
pieces, like, is she destroyed?
I just feel like there's going to be pursuit, and that just complicates things. So I am going to.
If it's in her tummy and her torso is intact, it's probably fine.
Yeah, that's true. Just need the torso. I'm going to cast Crown of Madness on the. Let's go with Ezekiel.
Okay, Crown of Madness. Does it work on constructs?
Oh, hold on. Let me see. Because I would probably know that before casting that. It does not. So in that case, I would cast Slow.
Yeah.
I'll cast Slow on Ezekiel, Marietta, Mordenheim.
What's the range on Slow?
Range is 120 feet.
Jesus.
It's a 40-foot cube, so I'm pretty sure that's most of this room.
Yeah.
So I'm going to cast it on Marietta, Ezekiel, Dr. Mordenheim, Nicodemus, and Vasily.
Go for it.
So they all need to make wisdom saving throws.
Do you want to roll for Nicodemus, or do you want me to?
No, you can roll for Nicodemus. Use the sheet I gave you.
Okay.
They have to beat a 15.
To beat a 15. 1, 2, 3. All right.
Okay, I beat it, but Nicodemus didn't.
Okay.
Both Marietta and Ezekiel beat it, but Dr. Mordenheim does not.
Okay, so for those affected, it'd be Nicodemus and Dr. Mordenheim. -2 to AC and dex saves. Cannot use reactions, and on its turn, it can use either an action or a bonus action, not both. Regardless of the creature's abilities or magic items, it cannot make more than 1 melee or ranged attack during its turn. If it attempts to cast a spell with a casting time of 1 action, you have to roll a d20. On an 11 or higher, the spell doesn't affect the creature's doesn't take effect until the creature's next turn, and the creature must use its action on that turn to complete the spell. If it can't, the spell is wasted.
Jesus Christ.
So yeah, It can make its wisdom saving throw on the end of each of its turns.
Okay.
So,
Will you send
and
me
I will
the-
spend sorcery points to cast this subtly so no one knows it's me who cast it.
Okay, 1 second. I'm gonna bring up the spell just so I have it.
It's a lot. It's a really nifty spell.
That is a lot. I'm gonna bring that up in.
Super cool. I feel it's very rarely used.
Yeah,
so.
I'm gonna bring that up in D&D Beyond.
D&D Beyond.
It's just so I can. Jesus. Okay, I'm ready.
So I subtly cast it. So.
All right. So now we're gonna go over to Victor, who is, I believe, no longer under a shield of faith and now slowed. Is that correct?
Correct.
He's not held, right?
No, he failed the saving throw, I think, so.
Or no, he succeeded his saving throw for held. Okay.
He's just real slow.
God, geez Louise. He's going to, he's having a bad day. I think what he's going to do is move into the point where he's going to attempt to cast a spell.
Roll that D20.
He's going to wave his hands and start muttering. The thing is he doesn't cast spells so much. He, like Vasily, is an artificer. And so he will pull a vial out of his hand and begin to toss it. Let me roll this D20, see what's
super slow motion.
Oh, yeah. Fuck. An 11. So in spite of slowly tossing it into the room, it breaks, and there is the sound of it crushing open, and a small cloud begins to meander out of it, sickly green, form a small miasma at the bottom of the room. Vasily, you know him enough to know that what he has thrown is the equivalent of cloud kill. I will popcorn at the beginning of the round to Ezekiel, who is right next to Constantina.
I didn't get a turn. Should I get a turn to try and
Oh
break
shoot,
paralysis?
You're right. I will popcorn to you. I don't know why I thought that you had a turn. I had you in my notes as having had one. I'm sorry. I will popcorn to Vasily.
Okay.
And my concentration is probably down, so you might. I don't need.
Oh yeah, that's true. Because you're okay. So I guess I'm fine now. I will go ahead and try to have Nicodemus cast shield on Mordenheim. But he has to roll, so for slow, he has to roll a d20 whenever he wants to do anything.
Mm-hmm. If it is 11 or more, it will take effect on his next turn.
Oh my god, this is the worst.
It's an awesome debuff.
Oh well, he didn't succeed. He failed at that. He rolled
Shield
a 5.
will come up in the next round after Nicodemus's next turn.
And oh gosh.
Popcorn strategically.
So Vasily doesn't know what to do. So what's the layout of the situation? Mercy got blown back, right? She's back against the wall.
Imagine a large rectangle that is 30 feet across and 15 feet wide. Most of it is taken up by a stone table that is about 5 feet across. And then at the end of it is Dr. Mordenheim with Mercy behind him. And to the side of him is Lady Elliot, thinking good thoughts. Behind you and Nicodemus, Constantina, both Marietta and Ezekiel, and at the back of the room, Shri and Vargas near the door with Charlotte.
So I want to, Vasily looks very conflicted towards Mordenheim, but she reaches back with her hand and touches Constantina. If she's that close, it sounds like she could be that close because it's a small room.
Yeah.
Or she like shuffles and she casts resistance on Constantina.
Okay.
So once before the spell ends, the target can roll a d4 and add that number rolled to the saving throw of its choice.
That actually reminds me, before you cast resistance, Constantina, I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
Oh no.
Before?
Yeah, because this should have happened after Ezekiel and Marietta attacked her.
I was ready for it. Have my stuff up. 1.
The change has begun.
Yeah, I figured.
By the time you start your next round, you will have changed.
Okay.
And Vasily just kind of looks very sadly at Mercy too before she like turns her head back down to the ground, and she, as bonus action, moves a little bit closer to Mordenheim, but not super close yet.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will popcorn to, because this will be the start of the order, of everybody, to Vargas.
Okay.
Yeah, this is so awkward, y'all, and your family problems. There is not a vasophylactory-sized box in this room.
Nope.
No.
Unfortunately, I already checked.
There's a table and a mess. Just a large amoeba of betrayal.
Beautiful. Totally good. I can see that Constantina is like changing into her weird jackal business, right?
Yeah.
All right.
She is hulking out.
Cool. You said there's a table in the room?
Mm-hmm.
How far away is it from me?
Oh, it's right in front of you, probably within 10 feet.
I would like to use some of my movement to go to the table and push it up to create a shield between me and Weird Jackal Constantina.
It is an enormous stone table, so you're going to have to roll athletics at disadvantage.
Before I do that, can I ask Cherie for help?
Cherie?
What do you need help with?
I explained the Constantina situation, and we need a place to like cover. We need cover.
The two of you just walk out of the room and close the door behind you.
Just like quietly. Well, let's not move the table. Let's not move the table. Because I don't think it's gonna help.
Just hide behind the table.
Yeah.
It's not like she
wait
can't
for it.
run to the table.
Now, if you just duck behind the table, it will give you half cover.
So she's going to. Oh dear. She doesn't know friend from foe at that point.
No.
I might be able to do something about that.
Could you?
Maybe.
All right. I will.
I can try.
So the furnace behind us, that's not on, is it?
It is not. And it is behind Mordenheim at the front of the table, so that's 30 feet away from you.
If I fire Eldritch Blast, will that turn it on?
It might.
I want to do that.
All right. I'm not going to make you roll to... Well, actually, you know what? I am going to make you roll at advantage, because it's not moving, so it's not going to dodge.
All right, it's 14.
Yeah, that'll do it. This is 2 bolts?
Yes.
All right, these 2 bolts careen through the door to this furnace, and Mercy, behind you, you can feel this furnace begin to get hot.
Mm-hmm.
Who would you like to popcorn to?
I'll popcorn to Mercy, and before I do that, I will motion to the furnace. The man is melting.
Now you don't know that. You can't see the
back
I
of can't see him. Okay, well.
But he is on fire and not not reacting to it.
Mercy also kind of had the same idea. as she saw him, as she saw him melting.
This action
But
economy.
like Vasily is able to reply now and still isn't, and Constantina is wearing out. And Mercer's just like,
Jacking out.
Constantina, please, I can't lose you too. I feel so alone. And, she stares at the back of Mordenheim, his flesh just like melting and dripping down his back. And she's gonna reach forward with her gauntlet and try to cast levitate on him.
Okay.
If he would like to resist.
He will attempt to resist this.
Then it is a DC 15 Constitution save.
Now does he have disadvantage on saving throws from slow? Let me check.
Just -2 to dex saves.
Oh, okay. So dex. Okay.
And I
so
think
you said a wisdom saving throw?
just in case, she'll also quicken the levitate spell as well.
Okay. He rolled a 13.
Okay. So he starts rising in the air as she like lunges forward, and she is going to grab him as he's floating and try to sling him into the crematorium behind her.
Okay. So in order to, you can control most things with levitate, and you use that as what, a bonus action to direct him, is that correct? Or is that an action to direct him?
Well, I quickened the levitate.
So
that's a
bonus action. Okay, so you action to control levitate. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm trying to like figure out things real quick. As you force him into the furnace, he goes in head first, stiff as a log. And you can hear the sizzle and pop of animal fat as it begins to catch fire in these ghostly gray and black flames that Vargas has stoked. You can hear the sizzle and the pop. You can hear the scream of this wax as it melts, as this creature is engulfed in these flames. He goes in steadily, surely. It's like feeding in a fire. And you hear the clink of his brass pocket watch as it hits the red hot bottom of this furnace. I'm gonna roll something real quick. Mercy. He doesn't even struggle. The last time you burned Victor Mordenheim to death, it was a thing that had to be done. But you watch this man smolder and then melt and pool in the grates inside of this fire. The sizzle and the shriek. This wasn't a man. This was some manner of simulacrum. Vasily.
Yeah.
Mercy just tossed your father into this furnace like he was nothing.
Yeah.
She didn't even try to understand.
Yeah, Vasily's furious. She, like, after being shocked for a moment, probably runs up and runs into the furnace and tries to pull out what she can frantically.
Mercy is going to try to grab Vasily to stop her from running into a lit furnace.
It's fine. She's a tiefling. Also,
Okay,
you're a
it
tiefling.
still hurts. We still
Vasily.
don't run into fires.
Meh.
You're setting a bad example for the children, Vasily.
Roll me a d8, Vasily. Mercy, if you are putting yourself in the furnace, also roll me a d8.
Great.
3.
2.
Okay. With your resistance, Mercy, you will take 1 fire damage. Vasily, you will take 1 fire damage, since we are rounding down damage. But Vasily, you managed to grab something. A red-hot brass pocket watch, and it sears against the palm of your hand and leaves a sigil. A skull torch wreathed in flames. The only thing your father could give you.
I want to put that in my pocket, and I want to look around. I guess there's nothing else left.
Not of him. Not of whatever this was.
Is he gone? Is he gone for real this time?
You didn't even let me talk to him. You didn't let me do anything. And she just like turns around and stomps out of the furnace and like shoves Mercy. You didn't let me do anything.
I waited for you to say something, and you didn't say anything, and why would it matter? Every single thing that you have ever said to me has been a lie.
Do you think maybe that sometimes people keep things from you to protect you, and that it was keeping you safe, and I didn't want to come here because I didn't want to hurt anybody that I cared about, including my father, who you just killed? Again?
Do I look like someone who needs protection? And I'm just going to lightning bolt into the wall.
Vasily just shouts, sometimes yes.
Maybe from people like you.
Maybe, I guess. I don't know. I always try to help you, and I always try to support you. And all you do is kill my dad.
You always try to help me?
Yeah.
You cast spells on me and my friends. You create monsters that try to eat me. You lie to me and let me spill my guts to you about La Mortia and Mordenheim, and you are his daughter and you didn't tell me?
Do you think I did all those things to hurt you? The things that I've made were made because Mordenheim made me what I am, and I'm not good enough. I was never good enough. I'm not good enough for him, and I was never good enough for you, and I made these things to be good enough. And guess what? They weren't good enough either. And then the mistakes are made, things happen, and you make assumptions. You assume the worst of me, just like he always did. And she just throws her fists out and just like punches the wall and walks down across the room.
Don't put this on me, Vasily. You were always good enough for me, and I made sure that you knew it. The problem is that you were not good enough for yourself, and you cannot put that on me.
Was I good enough for you when you met Constantina, or when you met Opal, or when you met Lady Elliot, and all the times you chose to leave me behind and talk to other people and ignore me?
You were always there, Vasily.
I can't always be there for someone who leaves me behind constantly.
Vargas and Shri.
We're just behind that coffee table listening to this.
The two of you are behind this coffee table, and you see Constantina's transformation complete itself. You see you see as she begins to tear Ezekiel and Marietta apart.
I'll message over.
How long does this usually last?
Ladies, I know that we're upset. We can talk about it later. But has anybody checked on Constantina lately? Vargas says as he's stuffing
Just eating pretzels.
Shri would like to look to see where Lady Elliot is during this.
I think Lady Elliot is very close, a little too close to Constantina right now.
Can I eat her?
And I would say, can I try to also, because I'm master of disguise, can I attempt to make another werewolf?
You mean like
Bye.
transform
Like-
yourself into a werewolf?
Yes, transform myself.
Do you have a wolf pelt?
No. Why did I not pick up a wolf pelt on this stupid journey? No,
How
I
can
just
I be so foolish?
I just have this completely useless Arabella pelt. I can
Now-
make some wolf sounds though.
Yeah.
Werewolf sounds.
I know for a fact that you can imitate any sound that a creature makes, so I will allow you to do that and attempt to convince her with advantage.
Okay.
Calm down, please. Speaking in werewolf.
So yeah, in werewolf, I'm like, wow, you're so good looking, and you're just look at that appetite. You go, girlfriend. You do you. In
Why
werewolf.
don't we just calm down?
Yeah, roll a I guess a persuasion with advantage.
Oh my god. Okay.
Ah, woo.
I got a
A woo?
got a 9 with a 9, so 18.
Okay. Constantina, how's that feeling to you?
Man, she was so hurt, like physically, that I like to. This is probably a pretty feral version of her right now.
Mm-hmm.
And Lady Elliot's probably not the best person to be wants to eat her.
Is 18 enough to convince you to not eat her?
Yeah, I would say yes, because after tearing apart the golems, I don't think that was very satisfying, like flesh.
Mhm.
So I don't think it's like stoking her or like making her hungrier. It might have
Yeah.
been the opposite, where it's like distasteful. So yeah, I think that probably gets through.
All right.
Oh.
You live to a woo another day as Vargas and Shri, Mercy and Vasily, Elliot and Constantina, all of you hear a small voice at the back of the room.
I look towards Charlotte.
Is he gone?
I'm gonna try to message to see if like when I probe to see if that thing is there. If she has a consciousness now.
There is a consciousness now.
Yes. Are you all right?
I think it's time to go to sleep. Let's get the others.
Others?
She turns around and begins to walk down this long hallway.
I look back at the arguing, angry, almost sad, crying people, and then I look at the werewolf, Lady Elliot. I look over at Vargas. Do you think we could turn this coffee table into a box?
I feel like we should find something that we could actually lift. Like, it's pretty heavy. We couldn't turn it over.
I don't think she looks that heavy.
I don't know. She's kind of a chonker. Like, there's a lot under that dress. I've seen it.
Oh, hi.
Not like that. That's
Oh.
gross. Disgusting.
I agree. Okay.
Do you follow Charlotte?
I don't want to leave the vasilactory. I'll go to the door,
Okay.
at least, and look after her, see where she's going.
You see her stop at the side of the wall and knock on it. And it creaks open. And she motions with her hand. You can't hear what she says, but you see a group of other flesh golems walk out and start to look around with an expression of wonder.
I feel for them so much. Do you all have any place to go?
They look. They don't really say anything. They just look around as though they've never seen this place. Sort of flex their fingers, look at one another, and they all start for the front door. What would the rest of you like to do?
So Constantine has calmed down, but she hasn't changed back yet?
No. If she's going to change back, she needs to roll on her table.
Well, Vasily wants to pull out one of her vials that she made for Constantina.
You have one to bring her down.
Yeah, she's gonna blow it right now because she wants to prove a point. So she glares at Mercy and she's like, "It looks like I have some helping to do because I'm a helpful person." And she walks down and she walks up to Constantina and puts a hand on her shoulder and then grabs one of her big monster hands and puts the vial in it and closes.
Vasily, you are the one who turned Constantina into a jackal in the first place.
She was scared of a small space and she needed some help. Okay.
There are so many other ways to deal with that, Vasily.
Sure, but isn't the best way to make her a giant werejackal so she's not scared of anything?
No.
Well, that's your opinion. That's your opinions. And she closes Vasily's monster hand around the vial and pats it. And she's like, "I have it under control anyway. It's fine. We have a system. We have a system here."
I guess werejackal Constantina drinks it. When I come down to my normal form, am I still as injured as I was before? Yeah, so I am struggling to stay on my feet, and I return to my kind of right mind, and I want to swat Vasily away. Don't touch me! Don't! Who are you? Did you do this to me because of whoever that was?
No.
Is this what you do? Did you just do this to people? Go around doing this?
This is really judgmental of you.
I asked you if I was an experiment and you told me no, but I don't. Stay away from me.
Fine. And Vasily turns and just leaves. She storms out of the entire room.
Okay. Do you go back down the long hallway?
Yeah, she's leaving.
Anyone else?
I'm going to message Lady Shri as I follow the vassalactory. Not Lady Shri, I'm Lady Shri. Message Lady Elliot as I follow the vassalactory. I'm going to say, "Are you going to follow through with Vincenzia's orders?"
I'm going to message back and say, "Darling, I've done my damage. It's your turn now."
Oh, I've got a job of my own to do. Seems we both used the menagerie.
I think that I got my gold that I wanted, and it sounds like you are getting, I don't know really what you want, my dear. Maybe a skincare routine, but outside of that, I think we've both gotten what we came here for.
And I think
Lady Elliot at this point,
her look thoughtfully. I could use an upholstery change.
Lady Elliot is pretty happy with not being eaten in general, and she's going to just send one last message to Mercy. She's going to say, "My little plum darling, I am so happy you made it. You're alive. I'm just going to step really quickly outside to refresh. I wish you the best of luck, but I will just be right outside." And then Lady Elliot very carefully kind of saunters towards the door.
All right. Vasily, you are the first person out the door, and Lady Elliot not too far behind you, pushing past, likely off to change. And Vasily, you can see the ground is disturbed out here. All of these golems have begun digging with shovels. the earth is hard, packed, and covered with this filmy ash that you thought was snow at first. And they all begin digging these holes and then climbing inside and laying down to sleep. And Charlotte gives a small wave, climbs inside as well.
Is this like that manga? Is there a hole for me to crawl into and die?
They seem to have all dug their own graves, so if you would like a hole, you are free to dig it. Though it looks like you already have.
I know, right?
Are there any boxes outside?
No, they're just getting inside and pulling the earth over themselves in these shallow beds.
She just kind of falls to the ground and just starts like angrily digging into the dirt.
You feel Nicodemus's creaky fingers curl around your shoulders. And he says, "Mother, you have a message. Would you like to spend your inspiration to open the hive mind?"
Yep.
Vasily. I wanted to thank you for the gift.
What gift?
Now you know I know everything you know. Especially because you just let me in again. It was so sweet.
There's no point. It doesn't matter anymore.
It means so much to me that you worked so hard to help your friends. I'm more powerful than ever now. I'm coming to see you.
Great. I don't even care anymore. You can kill me. I don't care.
All right. Well, I'll tell grandfather you said hello. Dude. Nicodemus pats your shoulder reassuringly. What does the rest of the party do?
Where's Lady Shree? Did she go outside to find a book?
Yeah, I'm following the Vasylactory, and I'm intensely scrutinizing Vasily and trying to figure out where the phylactery energies might be focused.
So you probably wouldn't see if I came up behind you and like Eldritch blasted the back of your head at close range.
Nope.
Cool. I'm gonna go ahead and roll that.
Since you're coming out of hiding to do it, actually, you know what? You weren't hiding, so
I was hiding.
Yeah, I'm not gonna give you that.
Does a 19 hit?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
If I was paying attention, I would shield and it wouldn't, but I'm not paying attention.
I'm so sorry to do this, you know. I found my D10 here. That's not the right one. Okay, 7.
Okay.
And 9.
Okay. I'm fine. I'm just gonna turn around, look very disappointed at you. Aaron's going to be very disappointed, and I will dimension door to the boat.
I know. I didn't know I thought that would work.
All right.
And I will, let's just say for fun's sake, because I don't think it'll kill Vargas. I'm going to bonus action summon my Hound of Shadow.
Damn it.
My Hound of Ill Omen. Just 3 sorcery points, and then...
Yeah.
Then go to the boat and send a little message through my Ring of Mind Shielding.
Yeah, once you get there.
Mm-hmm.
Mercy, Constantina.
Oh, but you would notice that as you hit the back of her head, like a piece of skull comes off, almost like wood or porcelain.
Porcelain.
And it's just, it'll maybe some spider cracks throughout the rest of her face.
I take issue with people having weird hits in the show.
You're the one who shot me in the head.
You did.
If you shot me in the leg, my leg, I just pulled it off and kept going. It's fine.
Seeing Constantina?
Constantina. Oh.
No, go ahead.
I believed everything Vasily told me. I forgave her for everything that she did. She knows I died in Lamortia, and Dr. Mordenheim built me a body like those flesh golems you saw. And I don't know if I'm me, and I don't know if I'm alive or I'm dead, and I can't go home. My Eternal Order family, I can't go home like these. And Vasily knew all of that, and she didn't tell me she was a Mordenheim. She could have built my body for all I know. She didn't tell me.
Is that why you killed him? Because he made you?
He's made a lot of creatures. You saw all of those he kept in that room, and they all escaped. He created this other creature, his first creature. I met him when I was in Lamortia, Atom, and he told me all of the terrible things that the doctor did. How he creates monstrous creatures who cannot bear to be in the skins that they are in, and people are terrified to see them and don't realize that they are people too. And after I saw what he did to Atom, I had to destroy the doctor. We all did.
I feel like I don't understand any of this and how I am somehow mixed up in this. I have a job to do for the menagerie. I need to find my contact. I mean, if you are like these other creatures, I mean, I know that you are good. So maybe, I don't know. I don't know. Look, I
hope so. I want to be good.
Well, I mean, you don't. Do you feel like you have a soul? It seems like you definitely have a strong conscience.
I don't know. You heard what Vasily said or what Ava said. I've only hurt her so much without knowing.
Look, I don't know. All I know is that he represented things that the menagerie thought were bad. You can't do things to people against their will. Were you turned into what you are against your will? I mean, or are you grateful for the life you have been given?
I don't know. The Eternal Order would say I died, and I should stay dead. Otherwise, death might anger and take it out on the whole world. My being alive brings the apocalypse one step closer. It brings the Grey Realm one step closer. I shouldn't be alive, but nothing I do kills me.
Well, I don't really think... I think we have more pressing problems here on the mortal plane right now, which is what the menagerie is more concerned with. And I think that you deserve to... I think if you are given a chance at life, you should take it. Look, I really need to find my contact for the menagerie. You don't have to come with me, but if you want to stick together, we can. But I'm realizing that I let my feelings cloud what my purpose is, and I need to stay focused on the cause. And we did what we came here to do. At least you and me did. So we need to complete the task.
Okay. Well, I left Darkon to travel with Vasily or with Ava, and I don't know what I'm supposed to do now, but I know that it is always better to adventure together. So if you'd still let me join you, knowing what I am, then I would like to do that, Constantina.
Well, of course. I mean, you seem to have accepted me for what I am in all of its many forms now. And maybe can tell you about the menagerie. I feel like that was my first mission that I haven't really finished yet. So maybe you can be my first recruitment.
I would like that very much.
Yeah, and then Constantina really wants to go find the person that she's supposed to meet here, although she doubts that there is someone here now.
Because of what I told you.
Well, she isn't terribly fond of you or Lady Elliot, so she's taking that with a grain of salt. There's a little.
I'm just trying to save your life here.
Hey, I just told you somebody else is in on it.
Yeah, I just told you. Someone said not to make it reach the mainland. I didn't say I wasn't given those same orders.
There's a little kernel of doubt, but she's still earnest in trying to finish this job properly.
So you leave this mausoleum as well?
Yeah.
The two of you exit through these doors, the last ones to leave the manor, the mansion, the mausoleum, this headquarter for the syndicate of enlightened citizens. You see, as you come through the door, Vargas let loose a blast at the back of Shree's head. You see a dark, shadowy hound being summoned as Shree vanishes into a rising mist as Nicodemus sets his hand on Vasily's shoulder and she tearfully looks up at him. And this ash and the stink of a burning man fall to the ground, and the wisps of silver mist rise until there is no sea, until there is no boat, until there is no graveyard. Just the four of you in a sea of silver. And then as quick as you can blink, a sky of stars and a great Gothic mansion in front of you with music and the smell of sweet, warm food. And a voice behind you. Vargas!
I turn to look.
You turn to look from where you had been, facing down this shadowy hound as it poised to strike and tear out your throat. And there she is, as bright as a summer morning. Curly hair, pulled back in a loose chignon, flowers wreathed across it, in a blue, shimmery dress. And she smiles and her eyes are full of mischief. And she says, I know you are not thinking of missing my birthday party. Are you wearing that?
Of course not, Claudia. I will change.
Of course you will. And don't forget your mask.
And
she loops her arm through yours, as vibrant and alive as she ever was.
I love to be punished for all of my sins and crimes.
Good, because more's probably coming.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
She motions to the rest of you. Are you wearing this as well? You can use my wardrobes. Don't worry, I have plenty. And begins to tug Vargas inside. Vasily, the weight on your shoulder has vanished. Nicodemus is not here. Mercy, Constantina, you are standing with two people that you do not trust, Vasily and Vargas. Claudia, a woman that you could have sworn was a ghost, Mercy. With cheeks rosy and a crooked smile, she beckons you inside to a lively party where everyone is wearing fantastic makeup and jeweled masks. Come on, You don't want to miss it. This is going to be the best night of my life. This is where we will end until next week's finale.
Rip me.
Oh,
I didn't realize.
okay. Mordenheim.
That's a good shirt idea.
Oh, she sounds like a really cute anime.
Oh my gosh.
So we did run a little over today.
Yeah.
There was a lot, and I didn't want to cut out any of the role play because this was a lot.
Ooh.
So for the last time, until next time, let's go ahead and do our guest outros. We're going to start with Miss Lindy.
That was so much fun. I have so much to report back to the Kargat. Can't wait to see how this all plays out for everybody next week and in hopefully seasons to come. I had an absolute blast playing Shri. You guys are amazing. I loved playing with you all. You are all wonderful people to play with. And yeah, if you want to find me online doing other things, you can find me online at LaughLoveLindy, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, etc. I play and DM a bunch of tabletop RPGs, including, if you like Ravenloft, I do Mists of Ravenloft on my channel every Tuesday evening from 9 to 11 Eastern. We're doing all of the old modules. It's a lot of fun. And also having a special Halloween one-shot next Friday evening. So check that out. It's going to be Spoopy Call of Cthulhu, DM'd by a Hollow Tale.
All right. Ms. Goldie.
Hi, everyone. I'm Goldie Chan. I'm so excited to have been able to play really, truly a dislikable character, but such a wonderful one, Lady Elliot North. So glad she got her bag of gold and somehow miraculously, as squishy as she was, stayed alive till the end. I mean, really, I just kept expecting her to die, and she didn't die. Yay for Lady Elliot, still singing in taverns across the mist. Find her there. Buy her album. You can always find me on Twitter at Goldie Chan, or you can find me, of course, somewhere in the world, because I actually do live in an airplane and I'm almost never home. So follow me there, and I look forward to, of course, seeing the end of this show. Amazing. I can't wait to see what happens to you guys.
All right. Hadil.
I'm gonna get my ass eaten by spirits. I'm Hadil. Thank you for watching. You can find me online at TwittySuch, TWITTYSUCH. There's a new episode of the Things I Made The Things I Made It podcast. And that's it. I just want to eat my chicken nuggets and cry.
Ashley.
Hello, I'm Ashley Warren, and I do lots of things like the RPG Writer Workshop, which is open for registration now until October 31st. Our workshop starts on November 1st, and I'm really excited about it. So you can go to www.rpgwriterworkshop.com to learn how to write your first adventure. If you want to write things that, really make you stressed and anxious, like our show here, it's a lot of fun. I recommend it. And also, Uncaged Volume 3.
Ooh.
I'm so excited. I've been blasting them all over the place because I can't wait. But we're planning a release for next week. So I will have all the details for that on my Twitter account. Is probably the best way to do that. Ashley NH Foreign and hashtag Uncaged Anthology.
Ms. Lisa. Oh wait, no. It's Kayla. I'm
Wow.
sorry.
It's okay.
Everyone's
I apologize,
hating.
Kayla.
Literally
Vasily.
forgetting me multiple
That was an
times.
accident. I'm
It's
sorry.
fine. I'm forgettable. I'm forgettable. I'm gonna bury myself
Kayla,
alive.
No, I didn't. It was not on purpose. I promise.
I'm Kayla, and I am very sad, and I'm not gonna sleep tonight. But you can find me on the internet where I draw a lot, and it's KAYNCLI, and also I make clothes with Holly on trashkevin.com. Buy our clothes. I'm sad.
Lisa?
My name is Lisa Penrose. I also am sad. And I also am the community manager for the D&D Adventurers League and Dungeon Masters Guild, social media manager for Dungeons and Dragons. If you like D&D stuff, or pictures of cats, and dice, follow me at Merciful DM or check out lisapenrose.com. Dungeon Masters Guild is sponsoring one of the tracks for Ashley's RPG Writers Workshop. So if you feel like I want to learn how to write, but I don't even really have any ideas, that track comes with a really cool, like, evocative map, all centered around the theme aspects of time, and lots of little graphic fiddly bits that you can use to make your layout look professional, like little graphics for the page numbers and all of that, by Mishan Cantrill, a cartographer. And so you can work with a bunch of other people to come up with a bunch of different adventures, all centered around that map. Really fun, really excited to be working with Constantina on that. And gosh, I hope that I'm less sad by Gamehole Con next week. I'm looking forward to seeing all our Mistwalkers, and then all of you guys Mistwalkers who are able to attend. I'm very excited. Look at our schedule on talesfromthemist.com/blog, I guess. Whatever. TK, you can go now.
Thank you. Just some quick reminders for Gamehole Con. We are each of the core cast and DM are doing like little panel things. We've got just a reminder, Ashley's doing her workshops, Kayla's doing art, Hadil is running kid-friendly games that I'm going to sneak into. Lisa is doing so much stuff.
I overcommitted.
Yeah, and I'm doing some spooky games.
Lisa does so much for all of us.
Oh, what? Oh.
So
nice.
there's a lot of really exciting stuff going on, including our live game. And I promised last week that people who watched live tonight would get to know our secret guest.
Oh.
Serena Marie from Rivals of Waterdeep will be joining us.
Serena, yeah.
So that's a secret. Don't put that on Twitter, please. But we will be announcing more information to do with that on Monday. So we've done a lot. There's a lot going on. Next week is the finale. Until then, we will see you in the mists.
Sleep well, Mistwalkers.